Welcome to the Eclectic Thrifter and Crafter, where we thrift and craft with purpose. It's Tea Tuesday. Or in my world, Crafty Tuesday. Pour yourself a cup of tea and let's see what mischief we've gotten ourselves into this week. Hello. Well, we're going to start this new year with a new project, and we're going to make hand-felted wool dryer balls today. I wouldn't recommend this project for children under the age of 13. We are going to begin with triple lanolin. I use this on my hands, especially when I'm working with wool or cardboard or wood. You can find it in any beauty supply store. I really do love this product. Our tools are very basic for felting. We have raw wool, and I buy wool that is not the most perfect wool. It has a lot of debris in it, but I do have a wool picker where I get most of my debris out. This is wool found at the thrift store. And for carding brushes, I'm just going to use these dollar store dog brushes. They're nice craft room size carders, and they work very well for small projects. Dog brushes are basically made with the same wires that carders are made out of. They're only $1 each, or now $1.25 each, but they're perfect for an apartment-sized craft room. Then you have your felting needles. This is what they look like close up. They are exceedingly sharp, and this is why I don't recommend this for young people under the age of 13. Watch your fingertips. They are very, very sharp. Felting wands come in an assortment of sizes. I chose to use the one that holds multiple needles today. This is rug wool. I purchased this from the Pendleton Woolen Mills in Oregon. You can go into their mill-end store and get this by the pound. So I'm going to use this as the core of my dryer ball because it is solid wool. At the end of winter, I'll keep my eye out at the thrift store for colorful wool coats that will go on clearance. Any fabrics I bring home from the thrift store, I pop in the dryer immediately using Dry-L, which is an at-home dry cleaning process. Once my coats have been dry cleaned, I then dismantle them and cut them into squares and put it in my craft closet. These are all wool scraps from previous project where I've made catnip mice and other projects for the craft fair. I try to save things that I'm going to use. Don't hoard anything. Only save things that you are sure you are going to use. This will protect you from collecting unnecessary items and prevent cluttering in your craft room. Winding the wool around the core is probably the most tedious part of the job. I'm going to add another layer of rug yarn just to give it a good size. You don't want them too big and you don't want them too small. Once you have a nice layer holding everything together, you can cut it free and give it a little felt and attach it. Dryer balls are a useful household tool, and depending on where you live at a craft fair, each dryer ball could retail for between $3 and $6. You can see that I've used some raw wool in the center of this one because I had some wool pieces from a previous project. And so I wadded those up into a ball and gave them a nice wrap, and we're going to use that as well. This way I use up all my scraps. So now we're going to card some raw wool. This has a little bit more debris in it, and you're going to see it fall to the white surface. That's why I chose white paper for this. Your debris is going to come free with the carding. It is important that if you're going to be a regular felter who uses raw wool and you're going to buy it from the farmer, it is good to either build yourself a wool picker or buy one. I choose to build my own things. I find things more satisfying when I make them myself. Yes, this is a wool picker, and I did build one of my own. It's dismantled out in the garage right now, and in the spring, when I get it put back together, I'll share that with you. If you have issues with your wrists, such as carpal tunnel, just take your time. The debris will come free without causing too much stress on your wrists. This is what a set of large carding combs looks like, and when you're done carding, By reversing the direction of the carding combs, you're going to form a cylinder called a row leg. For today's project, you don't need to make a row leg, just keep it wild right off the comb. It will give a lovely pattern to the homemade dryer ball. Choose which colors you're going to start with and sort of blanket the ball, and then you can start felting with your needles, making sure you keep the needles well away from your fingers. I do have a felting pad, but for this process right here, it was easier for you to see from above without the pad. It sort of blends in with the color of the dryer ball. These little dryer balls make wonderful gifts, and you start with a full blanket of white or completely around the ball. You can make funny faces, smiley faces, bunny rabbits, any kind of design you wish. It makes it a unique and special gift for family and friends. We're nearly finished now, as we've given the dryer ball a nice thick coat of wool. You are just going to go around and make sure everything's tucked in nice and safe, and then you're going to be ready for the next step. I lost this little clip, but what you're going to do at this point is you're going to have some old nylon stockings or knee-highs available. Tie each ball in a section of nylon stocking or knee-high and put a knot at each end. Then you're going to drop these balls into a pot of boiling water. You only need to leave the wool in the boiling water for about a minute. Allow these balls to drain, and then you're just going to pop them in the dryer, still in the stocking, with a bundle of towels. The heat from the boiling water and the drying is going to allow the barbs on the wool to lock together. Once they're popped in the dryer, this is the final step in the felting process. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this little project. Please like and subscribe, and tapping that like button helps YouTube share my channel. Please share my thrifting and crafting channel with your thrifting and crafting friends. I welcome your thoughts and ideas in the comments below. Check us out on Instagram and tap that notification button for upcoming announcements of thrifts and crafts. But most of all, have a lovely, lovely day.